Alright, as far as I'm concerned, my training is complete. So, it's time for the big bad show to begin. But, before that, well, it should be pretty obvious. I already took some practice going through hard mode. Ooh, nice ass. I mean, yeah, I got through hard mode with under 2 hours at 100%, so, yeah, this should be going just fine, right? Yeah, I would hope so. But yep, just so you know, there's a separate ending for getting 100% under 2 hours for both normal and hard. So you gotta do it on both. So as long as you do it on one, you do it on the other. Which, by the way, be the game in hard mode, you get sound test. Has been added to the option screen. And that's how you get the sound test. We'll probably relax at the end of this with that, but here we go. This is gonna be ridiculous for me. But I'm gonna do it! So, welcome back everybody to the bonus episode of Let's Play Metroid Zero Mission. This is your host, the MJ406. And it's time to challenge myself in something that I've been actually doing in my own time with the Metroid series, or at least some of them. Something else that this game has in store, that Fusion has also done for the Japanese version. So there are a lot of endings you go for in this game. Which we know, of course, are just being the game, getting the game done in a decent amount of time, getting the game done in a really fast amount of time, and then getting the game done in a really fast amount of time with all the items, getting the game done with all the items, not in a particularly fast amount of time. And we have difficulties for that. There's actually more endings than that. Because you can't tell, we don't have them all yet. But this is what this is about. Because of how accessible this game is, what's more challenging than trying to go through the whole game getting all the items in a short amount of time? Well, there's one thing harder. Something that true Metroid experts love to relish in. Don't you like when there are speedruns that are done with low percentages involved, as in acquiring as few items as possible? Well, we're not going to be that ridiculous, but that's right, it's time. We're going to go over the entire game this way. Because it's only necessary. Planet Sebas, I call this place home once in peaceful times, long before— Hey, you skipped it! We did this already, okay? Let's just speed this along. So, it's time to do the low percent run. I'm not going to go for only the bare minimum. Oh god, no. I only said as an introduction. This game actually has endings for you getting through with 15% or less items. And, well, since I haven't shown off hard mode yet, figured I may as well do that. So in case you're wondering about the difficulty differences, ow! You can already tell there. In hard, you take twice as much damage. Just like you normally take twice as much damage from easy. And also, there are just more dickish enemy placements in difficulty changes. Because those bugs actually showing up in this freaking room at the beginning of the game. Like dicks, these guys being evolved. So yeah, certainly things are harder in hard mode. Basically, tougher enemies on the regular, and, well, they deal twice as much damage. Where easy, there's, you know, less dickish enemies on the regular, and you have to deal with half as much damage. There's another quirk as to why playing on hard mode sucks, though. And I'll just say this. I don't care if you feel like you don't need a save. You should save. Especially if you're going over low percent in this game. But I should probably explain how this works. So yeah, for those who may be unaware, yeah, low percent runs. It's basically trying to get through the entire game getting as little help as possible from a lot of the other items you can collect. And well, Zero Mission is honestly one of the best to relish in this fact. Well, one of them I should say. Really, all of them after Super were pretty good about that. At least the 2D side. So that basically means you gotta try to go through with getting as little as possible. And well, that can be a struggle for certain aspects. For example, not having long beam. Who needs to be able to shoot things far away? I don't need to. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. We're all crazy. Shut up and accept it. And well, I'll say doing this on normal is actually not bad. If you get through on hard, you can get through low percent on normal. Probably. But the thing with this, it's not so much like the difficulty of getting through it. There's also kind of figuring out the method, like, how is this possible? How can I go through without certain items? Because what, you think, oh, I'm just going to get all the upgrades. You know, from my various suit, to my beams, to my screw attack, all that stuff. I'll just get all that. About that, you realize there are 16 of those, right? Including the first missile tank. Oh, by the way, you know how I only have 2 missiles now? There's our beam of fire opens red hatches. That's the other quirk with hard mode that makes it worse. Where easy and normal you get the same amount of ammunition. Well, hard mode you get half. So, yup. You have to deal with going with half of everything. And it makes this really annoying. So, yup. You better make sure you conserve your ammo wisely. And because you take, well, double damage as well, you definitely want to make sure you can keep up with everything. Oh, damn it. Well, it's not the speed run. We're fine. Thank you for leaving. Damn it. I always hope you remember the first time around, because here's the other problem. It requires 3 missiles to kill that asshole. And none of the other enemies or bosses get more health. They all take just as much to kill as before. It's just there's more of them. And bosses aren't even more aggressive. They fight the same. It's just, well, you need to have the energy and ammo to deal with them. And that's the problem with low percent. And because of how Zero Mission works, missiles are vital. And, well, you may not have been able to tell, I don't know if I said anything about it, but thankfully a lot of the bosses have strategies in mind where you can easily get item drops from pretty much all of them. That's kind of how this game manages to make it work. Where, ow, I hate these bugs! Despite the fact you can't hold a lot of ammunition, every boss has some sort of attack where you can basically re-ammunize. So, use that to your advantage. You try to reacquire missiles, since you don't have a lot to use, in order to defeat the bosses. So it makes these bosses more of a grind, but, you know, it's eventually possible. It's just a matter of actually getting it done. Oh, bugs! Let me kill this freaking cocoon! Ugh. That's the one thing that sucks about not having long beam. These bugs are honestly the worst part of this, not having long beam thing. Because you gotta hope that you can shoot them and then get to the cocoon before they just overwhelm you. Just a few words of advice. Know your path, play it safe, and of course, use Shozo statues whenever you have a chance. Because it's always great to have a lot of health and stuff on you. Nice to see you come back, asshole. Can you drop stuff, please? Yes, thank you. That's what I wanted. So, yep. I just need to be able to kill you. Because I need charge beam, since I don't have a lot of missiles. About that. I think I'd go after something like that. Thanks for the missiles. Huh. Neat. There's a charge beam right there! Yeah, I know. We're ignoring it. Also, you get half a new energy tank from every tank you acquire. Cool! They're like energy tank parts! I love that from Metroid Other M. And Dread, in all fairness. Oh, God. So, yep. All your new acquisitions of ammo get cut in half. Now, fortunately for missiles, it rounds down. So instead of getting 5 new missiles, you get only 2. You don't get like 5 every 2 upgrades. Nope, it's 2 every time. So it means absolute maximum missiles you can have is 100. And well, the same goes for super missiles and power bombs, where you normally get an expansion of 2, now you get 1. So make great use of your ammo. And since I'm only going after so little ammunition, it means some of this gets grindy. It's definitely not something that's recommended for a casual Metroid fan. No way. If you don't think you can play one of these games, go over low percent, you may do that somewhat by accident. Not knowing how to get a lot of the stuff and just trying to progress in the main game. Not even thinking of going backtracking for upgrades. That may be why, I guess, more casual Metroid fans may be a little turned off of the Metroid series. They might accidentally do that and think, why are these games so hard? They don't give you any guidance for being able to beat this stuff. It's such bullcrap. Why can't I have more ammo and health? You can. You just need to backtrack. That's kind of the point of a Metroid game. You gain power, and then you basically use that new power to go back to previous areas to get new upgrades and power and such. That's the bread and butter. The low percent runs, where you try to avoid as much as possible, are a completely different special beast. Where you need to go out of your way to avoid everything, so you have as little as possible. That way, when you conquer the vastly powerful foes in your wake, you feel like a god. But in case you guys are wondering for tips on how I would do this 15% run, neat. I can give you guys some pointers on how I handle it, which is what I'm trying to do now. You could also handle this like a speed run, which, in all fairness, must be because I didn't go after the long beam. They're still around. I thought the last time I did the low percent run for normal, they frickin' got this thing to disappear. Get away from me, bugs! Pesky bugs. Ugh. No! Get away from me! In case you guys are wondering for tips on how to go through a 50% run, like what are the best items to get? I can tell you that. Because, well, for normal you have a little more freedom because it's not nearly as difficult. It makes a lot more sense on what to go after. So, yeah. In case you're wondering why I'm not going after Variosuit right now, for example. Well, yeah, I certainly could. The problem is, I do want it. It's just not right now. You can always test yourself. There will always have abilities that can help break limits to be able to get you places you never thought you could without other upgrades. But that's the beauty of Zero Mission. It's crafted in a way where you don't need a lot of things. Hell, if I remember, I think the absolute minimum percentage you need to complete this game is 9%. Because those required upgrades, in case you're curious, in case you can't tell from what I've gotten so far, you have to get the Morph Ball to be able to progress to the main game in general. You need to be able to get the Morph Ball bomb to blow up walls to be able to get down to Bridge Star, for example. So yeah, those two are absolutely required, especially the Morph Ball bomb. You'll be grateful for that thing if you aren't already. Your first missile tank, because you do need to blow up missile doors, including getting the one to get to the Morph Ball bomb. So that's 3. And well, the other ones, which reminds me, I should probably save now that I think about it, because I could die on my way to this. One that I feel like is somewhat optional, but you're better off getting it anyway, Power Grip. If you wouldn't think a wall click would be actually, like, vital, here's the thing. A lot of the platforming, your jumps won't exactly cut it, sometimes. And having that wall cling from Power Grip, or the Edge Grab, whatever, can be very helpful in regards to actually, you know, getting around. So yeah. While I would say that Power Grip is vital, you'd be stupid not to get it. So, as far as I'm concerned, it is vital. So get Power Grip, don't be stupid. You can't get through without grabbing onto ledges. Don't think you can. You're not that good. And if you think you are, you've either played this a lot more than I have, or I'm just stupid. I'd rather not go with the latter. Then again, I should have known that from the beginning. But, yep. Also, by the way, in case it wasn't obvious, because you need to get rid of blocks, all 3 of the unknown items, since you need them to progress in general, are required. I mean, I guess technically you get by without this if you feel like you don't need the Power Grip, but I'm feeling like there are some areas you do absolutely need the Power Grip. I mean, I'm sure with Morph Ball bombs, you could probably figure it out without it. So I guess you could technically avoid this one, which I'm curious as to how that would work. But yep, you see that technique I'm always doing my Morph Ball bombs? That bomb jump? That is vital to make this low percent run work. Because without it, well, there's not very much you can do. That's kind of the point. You're basically using exploits, using how advantageous these powers are, in order to be able to skip some power-ups. And like I said, it was fully programmed and intended this way. Because, well, yeah, the wall jump, the way it's designed, you can jump off the same wall over and over again. This is really the only Metroid game you can do this. Because Fusion programs it in a way where you can only jump from wall to wall. If you try to jump off the same wall, you won't really gain much height. Also master the wall jump, of course. They expect you to do it in some areas of this game, but not, like, intensely. You don't really need it, but it's nice to know. But for low percent runs, you better master that frickin' thing. Among some of the other abilities, anyway. It's been a thing since Super Metroid. And, well, it was required in some areas in Super Metroid because you weren't able to progress otherwise. Well, I gotta make sure I'm fully prepared with all my ammo, energy, and every save point I can find. It's not that I lack confidence. It's just I'd rather not have to repeat a lot in case I do die and slip up. That's one of the other things that'd be discouraging about this. You can probably struggle a lot, and it discourages you from wanting to do something like this and actually continue it. That's the point of this whole kind of run. You gotta have the drive, you gotta have the determination to finish this kind of thing. Okay, so we got 4 of the required power-ups so far. Various Suit is another one, which we'll go back to after I get the next one. Because, well, there are some areas where, yeah, the heat will hurt you. And eventually kill you. You may think something like that feels optional, but here's the thing. There are some areas you need to go through where there's heat. Ah! By the way, this is what it's like when you die. Well, I didn't think I was going to die before a boss, but this is exactly why I save like this. So there you go. That's what it's like to die. You finally have to see that. That's why I wasn't too upset about not dying in the main playthrough. I knew we were going to see it at least once in this. Now, I have my plans in case I die a lot during, like, a boss or something. Don't worry. You guys don't have to deal with the pain of every single attempt. I will cut away a lot of the unnecessary deaths if those come up. So don't worry. But yeah, Various Suit is required because heat protection. You're going to need it. Because otherwise there are some required areas to go through where you will end up dying. Because I don't think you can get through with just Gravity Suit. Because I think you won't get the full heat protection. You just have the Gravity Suit and not the Varia. Not that I'm crazy enough to try it. As far as I'm concerned, it's required. Because I don't think people go by without it, as far as I know. Oh, I hate these friggin' enemies. They take too long to kill. And now my health is really low. But yep, Various Suit is required. All 3 of the unknown items are required, so that's 8%. Because in this game, all those upgrades count as a 1%. Where sometimes in games like Fusion, they don't. A lot of the more modern Metroid games don't count just the general, like, abilities as percentage upgrades, because they expect you to get those. Unfortunately, Zero Mission does count as 1%, so you gotta be careful which ones you pick up. The last required one is what we're going after now, the Ice Beam. Because without that, clearly, you can't go after, well, the Metroids. You need this to kill the Metroids. By the way, I hate this room. And hard they have the frickin' seahorses that spit the, fireballs. So, yep, spend as little time in their range as possible so you can avoid that. So you can actually get over here. That's an easy place to die. Sorry for the voice crack. And there we go, the Ice Beam. We almost have all the required upgrades. So, yep, that leads 9%. So, since the... Oops. I always do that. My bad. Since the... Well... Speedrun requires you to have 50% or less. Knowing you have those 9 required power-ups, if you do the simple math, since there are 100 upgrades, obviously, in pretty much every game but Samus Returns for some reason. That means that you're allowed room for 6 more items. So, those creative choices are what going to make your 50% run a lot easier or a lot harder. Thankfully, the game's easy enough where your choices can actually, you know, work in a lot of ways. As long as you get the absolutely necessary ones before you even think about getting the others. Which is, well, exactly what I'm doing. The energy tags are superfluous because, well, you don't technically need more energy for anything. You'd be stupid to go through without more energy tags, but, well, that's kind of on you. And, well, I can just tell you this, other than those 6, you don't need anything else. You don't need high jump because your more bomb jumps can make up for that. You don't need the screw attack because all that is protection, and you get through certain walls, which they have workarounds for anyway. Which, speaking of that, you also don't need speed booster. While you think you need to be able to run through areas, just like screw attack, they have workarounds for that. You don't need any other missile tanks. As long as you have the base 2/5, you can get through without any major problems. No, I gotta go back down. And this is why some people may want to try to go after the Barrier Suit first. But here's the thing. Without the edge cling for power grip, you can't really easily get the Barrier Suit. You'll probably die in the lava trying to get it. And while I could have gone back, or tried to go back, with the power grip as soon as I got it, the reason I got Ice Beam is because it's very hard to get out without the Ice Beam, because of those enemies in the way. Because you can't break through anything else. That's all you got. We could also choose to go the other way we normally would go, but I'd rather get the Barrier Suit for protection's sake. Because I don't have confidence in myself being able to do this the right way. I'll say this, you don't have to go after this when I do it, but I do it for protection's sake. Unfortunately, it's a really annoying trip back, because, well, yeah, it's the back and forth you deal with in normal Metroid and you try to get this power up the right way. Unlike the glitch way that I do in the original Metroid, which is basically getting into, the wall, and then, yeah, getting myself close off the door and then crouching and standing repeatedly in order to raise yourself up to that wall. As normally you're supposed to get high jump, just like for this game. You're normally supposed to get high jump before this. But high jump isn't required. Why would I use that? It's completely unnecessary that I use high jump because I have more bomb jump. That really is one of the biggest excuses for avoiding a lot of things. It really is. That can make up for your lack of jumping. That being said, I'm still probably going to go after the high jump at the end of this. Even though I said it's not necessary, here's the thing. Well, it's not the pain of having to do the bomb jump that's pain. It's doing the escape sequences where high jump may be helpful. Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention. Well, I should probably save that for later. But yeah, let's just say the escape sequences without high jump could possibly be very painful. At least the first of them. Because just remember, I needed to use the speed booster to get out previously, right? Well, there is another way to escape without speed booster, getting out of the escape sequence, but it takes longer, and it requires actual know-how on how to do it. Alright then, time to do this the right way, which is, well, to show you the technique that will get you through a lot of things, in the way it was intended. Which, well, you guys see me do enough times already. You just gotta make sure you get the rhythm down. It's getting the rhythm that really gets this thing going. Once you know the right speed to do this, you can do this pretty easily. You can get to the point of going into diagonal with your bomb jumps. Oh, God! It's just sometimes you have to maneuver around the blocks and such. So get some practice with that. I know it took me a while to get good at that, too. No! Not the bugs! No! No! I want to use the bugs! No! For some reason, running away from them makes them more eager to go after you. I mean, makes sense. But still, I hate them all the same. Get off me, bugs! Pesky bugs. And yep, this is why I would say you want to get the power grip first. Because getting through this, without it, would be a nightmare. That's why I think it's a good idea. Just get it. Just get it for your own sake. Just do it. Now come on, hurry up and attach yourselves to this thing so I can move on. But make sure you don't kill the bugs before they attach to that. You're gonna have to leave the room and do it again. And there we go. That's the last of required power-ups I get to keep on me, at least till the end game. No more after this. So everything else was just gonna be extra that I feel like I need for my own protection. Then again, I could not get the Barrier Suit at this point of the game, but the extra defense, because of the low percent run, you know, lack of energy and such, the fact I get half energy from new energy tags. In any speedrun, it's better to get that Barrier Suit before you make your way to Kraid's lair. Because, well, yeah. As soon as you get Ice Beam, and you're making your way back to Norfair, just go and get the Various suit, for the love of God. You can technically do it with just the Morph Ball bombs, but with that wall cling, you can more easily fall into the lava and have a much harder time getting out. So, yeah, and in case it wasn't obvious, yes, the Morph Ball bomb jump doesn't work in the lava because it's like water. And since it's like water, well, you can't exactly jump in there, can you? So, yeah, it's a giant pain in the neck. That's why you gotta be careful of these things. It's just a rough time. Oh, God. These are fun. I love the torture that these bring. But hey, it's one of those nice gaming challenges. Like I said, I think... what game was I going through? I was talking about, you know, gaming challenges. Like things people do to challenge themselves. I don't know if it was another Metroid game. It might have been Samus Returns. But, you know, gaming challenges like this, it's one of those things that makes gaming so great. You can do things the way the game intended, or you can look for exploits and try to do things in a different way. It's also fun when, you know, games like this, you know, realize those exploits can be made, and instead of trying to fix them to make it so a game's played a certain way, they embrace the idea of letting you forge your own path. If you think you can cut ahead, go ahead. Have fun with it. It's great. And, well, Zero Mission embraces that, honestly, more than the rest of the series, so I do really appreciate it for that regard. That's why it's really close to Fusion, but main gameplay of Fusion is why I put it higher than Zero Mission. But, you know, the range of accessibility you have with Zero Mission because of all the items you can avoid and still get through the game, it reminds you of the greatness of Super Metroid back in 1994. Because I want to say when they developed that game, they realized there were skips they could do because of all the abilities they had. But instead of trying to fix the game so he got rid of it, I think he kept it because he was like, you know, it makes things more interesting. If gamers can discover these hidden extra ways to get through these like we did, then sure, let them. If they can still get through the game, it's a good challenge. Like, yeah. Oh, God, this sucks. Okay, I'm good. Phew. Alright, good, I made that work. I should go heal up, because I don't trust myself. Yeah, it's one of the things that makes gaming great. Trying to go out of your way to try to get as little as possible. And hey, that's what the speedrunning community thrives on. They have so many different categories for every game for their whole speedrun strategies. You know, I don't think I need this save room. I think I'll be okay for this point. And again, if I wasn't, I'd be stupid. This is easy to get through without really taking any damage. It really is. I also have this statue if I really need it, which I don't. So leave me alone, asshole. But yeah, in case you aren't aware of the speedrunning community, like, how many kinds of speedruns there are, there's a lot of them. There's basically, well, I guess the most basic one you probably could think of is the 80% speedrun community, which just gets through the game as fast as possible no matter what condition is met. Oh shit, my bad. Okay, here's the big moment of how to be able to do this speedrun just right. So, you have a wall you can missile through here. And well, because of that, you can go to this hidden cavern. And well, yup. You have to freeze that beetle guy in order to be able to get up here. Hang on. I need to get the timing again. I'm not always the best when it comes to remembering the timing. And well, you basically got a Morph Ball bomb jump your way up through here. And then you can basically wall jump up the rest of this. I guess you can also technically wall jump up here, but you do need to do Morph Ball anyway, so, yep. And with Power Grip, it's a lot easier to get through there. And well, then you fall down this giant chasm. Whee! And technically, because of Ice Beam, I can kill these guys a lot more easily. But yep, you refill yourself here, and look! We're at the bottom of this place already. Isn't it beautiful? I would think so. However, we could go forward down to where Ridley is right now. But I'm not that insane. So instead, Oh, you already got the Varus suit. Guess you don't need me. Nope. Instead, I'm gonna do something that's a little more helpful for me. Oh, right. I can't go this way. I need the speed booster to get down here normally, I think. Or no. We gotta go up the other path. Right there. But you can just do this. So, yep. Instead of just going straight to Ridley with all I have, I'm gonna get myself some extra upgrades. Oh yeah, I guess haven't mentioned the fact yet about all the extra stuff I'm gonna get using the extra 6% I have. If you ask me, well, I'll say one thing. Super missiles are basically essential. While you don't need super missiles, because there are no required doors for you to go through that, you know, require super missiles, well, you know, you're better off having them. Because super missiles are your way to get through bosses more quickly. So if you don't get super missiles, you're insane. And, well, this is why I need the Varus suit. You can choose to avoid the high jump if you want, but like I said, if you want to make the escape sequences easier, yeah, you're better off getting them. And like I said before, screw attack. While it's kind of more just defense, you don't need it for paths. Don't forget, it is one of the best abilities for killing standard enemies. Not only that, but it's great defense. So, yeah, for getting rid of a lot of little things, like a lot of little annoying lasers, especially if it gets above the brain, you're better off having screw attack. So, yep. See, you don't need to get speed boost or get through any of this. As long as you have confidence and knowledge with your abilities, you can get through anything. Oh, Morph Ball Bombs, I love you. Alright, now it gets a little strange. Oh. Not really in a great spot. Can you move for a sec? And yeah. I need you to drop something for me. Not energy, damn it! This is another annoying part. You want to get the screw attack early. Because of the low percent, I don't get a lot of missiles. So? Ugh. Man, they are not making this easy. Come over here, you. Oh, no, I am dropped. Fuck you. Basically, because you need 4 missiles to get up that cavern I showed you, it should be pretty obvious. Since I only have 2 missiles, I need to shoot 2 of them, get another missile drop, and then shoot the other 2. Alright, this is getting really annoying. Let me time warp till I actually get the missiles. Whenever that will be, I hope it's when I need it. Thank you. Now, let's actually get up there and get this frickin' thing, because I am not struggling that again. You asshole! Thanks for the missiles, by the way. Oh yeah, I did need another one. Good point. Ow. These things kill me. I'll be very pissed off. But yep, my other optional power, I got the high jump to make platforming and, well, some of the escape sequences easier. Screw attack for absolute defense. I got 2 energy tanks. So, that basically makes 13% so far, considering I'm going to get all the unknown items. So, yep, I will say this is the last of the major upgrades I'm going to get, minus the super missiles. So, yeah, here's my general advice for how to do a low percent run without pulling your hair out. Get those 9 required items, including the 3 unknowns. For the other 6, for normal, get 1 energy tank, and probably just a screw attack. Then spend the rest getting super missiles. That'll let you get 4 super missile tanks. So basically, you can have 8 super missiles on you. For hard, get 2 energy tanks to basically make up for the 1 that you kind of lose because of the half growth you get because of the frickin' hard mode. Bull crap. Get high jump to because the escape sequence can be a pain. And yeah, in case you're wondering why I'm saying hard and not normal, we'll get into that later. They make them harder. I'll just leave it at that. Still get screw attack on both because it helps with defense either way. But yep, basically that means you'll have room for 2 super missile tanks on hard mode. You can probably guess how many they'll leave you with because of all the half intake stuff, but I won't say it so I can leave it as a surprise for you guys in case you haven't figured it out by now. Without screw attack, hard mode 50% is extremely painful. In case you guys are curious what the most painful part of this whole low percent run is, if it's not obvious, it's the bosses. Because you require a high percentage of, well, you need missiles to do this. And with very low missiles, killing bosses can be very grindy. In case you need to know what I mean as a preview, let me show you this one. Because this one, well, I only have 2 missiles on me. The only thing I can damage its pieces up here are missiles. So basically, you have to shoot the projectiles that bosses drop and use them to refuel your missiles. And you gotta do this over and over again. Oh, the pain. Oh, the pain of it all. At least with Fusion's low percent idea, the fact that you also have all your upgrades on you, you can still make use of your beam. This is one of the things why I'm not the biggest fan of the way Zero Mission does it. Unless you use Charge Beam, you can't really damage the boss any other way. And some of these still can only be hurt by missiles. So, yeah. The other thing that's really annoying about this is that, well, they make it so, damn it, the bosses can only be hurt by Charge Beam. Or some are still only hurt by missiles regardless of what kind of beam you have on you. Like, why do they make it so the upgrade beams don't do anything except for the charge? Why? That's so dumb. It's one of those annoyances that it made this run unnecessarily harder. I kind of get why they did it that way, but even still, I still hate it for it because it just feels unnecessarily difficult to a fault for that regard. Could have just made like standard beam, like just having the frickin' upgraded, you know. Well, ice beam, I guess I can understand, but you know. When you upgrade a wave beam, it would be nice if it did that. I guess plasma beam would be the only one that would make sense for that. But it doesn't work on the final boss, Omega Ridley, because, well, you need missiles for that, or charge beam shots anyway, but you're better off using missiles because of the tight space. And, well, where's the sun gone? Oh, God, we're dealing with Ridley again. Yeah, we're going to Ridley before Kraid, by the way, in case you weren't able to figure it out by this point. It sounds stupid. Remember I said Ridley was a joke? Oh, you have no idea how big of a joke Ridley is. You're gonna find out. But first, we gotta get our first super missile expansion. So, that means we gotta deal with this boss. It's one of the only 2 you can easily get. So, you know, it's one of the easier ones to handle. It's just time consuming. I'll show you what I mean, because I hate this part. This is one of the least favorite parts of the low percent run. If you intend to go after super missiles. You can ignore this entirely, but, well, for your own sake, have at least one. If you can get by with just 1 pack of super missiles, go for it. Normally, you can at least craft your adventure a little better for being able to get through it. Hard, it's already so much of a challenge. Having 2 super missiles and extra defense is a good idea. So this boss feels like a giant pain in the ass. And you're right, he is. Note that my regular beam shot can't do anything. So he fires spikes, especially when you don't have any ammo. So the way to deal with this is really annoying. I'm going to camp out here, shoot these, so I get these missiles. Thanks for making it so easy, bro. Basically, expel 2 missiles on him every time he passes by. This is how you handle this part. The whole time. It sucks. It sucks so much that I'm just going to skip this with 1 more missile shot because I am sick and tired of this shit already. I already hate it. Just die! Ugh. And that's the power of editing magic. Skipping the tedium that is freaking waiting for him to drop missiles so you can actually kill the fucker. And unfortunately, when I lose energy, sometimes you get energy drops instead, which sucks. But, hey, I got my super missile. That's all I really needed. And of course, you only get 1 for every time you get an upgrade. So, yep. That's why you want to save your last 2% for 2 super missile tanks, making 15%. So, have fun. Also, just a note, going to this area, the screw attack is certainly different. Because, well, yeah. You can actually break things you're not going to be happy to have broken. So be careful with the screw attack in this place. I'll just say that for now. But yep, I skipped that fight because that's literally all you do. You want to survive the easy way, you crouch that corner like a little bitch, shoot their spikes so you can easily get more, yeah, you shoot their friggin' energy so you shoot their spikes so you get more missiles refilled, which they tend to prioritize what you're missing, ow, in your inventory to refill it. So, if you are missing energy, they tend to give you more energy drops. If you tend to be only missing missiles, they will definitely give you missiles. So, yeah. Oh yeah, the other reason to have the high jump, ball jump. You may rather have ball jump than have to rely solely on morph ball bombs. That's the other reason I have the high jump. I didn't think about that, but that actually makes a lot more sense. Better than just standard high jumps. I also find it weird that you can sometimes go through some morph ball areas, some morph ball bomb blocks, with this screw attack. I don't know why that is. There must be something about the way they crumble. If I had to guess, anyway. But yeah, see, screw attack makes this so much better. It really does. You can blaze through these. And now let's go get my last percentage, because in case you don't remember, we have one more really easy to acquire super missile tank right in here. Now with this, the last of my optional upgrades is acquired. I'm going to need every single one of these. I'm just happy I only died go through this once so far. There's no way I feel like I have another stupid death by this point, but no, I'm handling it all right for now, which is good. Yeah, it's great. Bye, guys. Well, here we go. Hang on. Let me get equipped on Super Missile. I don't have to change it when I reload in case I die here. So here comes the first potential trouble spot of this, other than traveling to get the Ice Beam the first time. Because that can always just be painful in general. We have our bosses! You can imagine these are the toughest parts. Except for the two I dealt with, because, well, the first one of having to freeze the beetle and then land on him to be able to shoot the missiles on top of that, bug thing before he take care of the super missiles. Its roots aren't that hard to take down, so it's not that big a deal. So I'm not really worried about that. It's this I'm worried about. Oh, great, here comes the Steam song again. Boobs! Stop calling me boobs! Shoot the flames that Ridley shoots at the start to avoid this. And now, for the joke part. Come on, Ridley, hit me! Hit me already! Ah! If he grabs you, shake violently to get out. Just try to stay under his feet if you can help it. Yeah. This is how pathetically easy Ridley is in this game. As long as you don't barrage him with missiles, or in particular, as long as you don't get him to start this attack, you'll be fine. But if he starts the attack, you're easily dead. That's why you want to be careful when you use your missiles. You use them too frequently. When you get hits with a particular missile, particular time, he will shoot fireballs and then start whipping his tail around. That's right. You're abusing how weak the AI in this game is for Ridley in order to take care of him. That is why he is easy. As you can see, I kind of accidentally demonstrated what happens when you're too aggressive with your missiles. You want to shoot him intermittently. Do not be too rapid with them, or he will be very eager to start whipping his tail at you, which is his most damaging attack. The only one that's actually a threat. So, avoid that at all costs if you can help it. Boobs! Stop calling me boobs! God damn it, why is that what everybody sees in me? Oh, come on, everybody knows you're a total babe! That's why I want to destroy you! What? Just die for me, Samus Aran! Yeah, just, for some reason the hitbox is not nearly as big as you would think it is. Just stand under him in his feet, do not run into his claws, and yeah, you'll be fine. Just shoot him down like once every time he swoops down. You may want to try to get somewhat in front of him though, so he'll be encouraged to fire fireballs. But if you can't, just stay under his feet and wait. Yeah, unfortunately this fight is still stressful because Ridley's still technically supposed to be harder than Kraid, so his damage output is higher. You need to wait for him to shoot fireballs to be able to refill your missiles. It's the only way you can hurt him right now. Like I said, just once every swoop, Whether it's super missile or standard missile. Only do it once every time he swoops. Oh, come on, you friggin' bird brain! Friggin' fire your fireballs, asshole! This is really pathetic, though. I love doing this jig! Why are we doing nothing but dancing? Friggin' fire fireballs! Oh, right, I forgot it's a boss fight, isn't it? Frickin' Ridley, you asshole. Just make sure you jump in a way where you don't run into Ridley. It's a great thing the hitbox is not nearly as low as you would think it is. Part of me wants to say that the way this fight was designed is intentional to do it this way, but if you intended the boss to basically make it so they can never hit you when you're just standing on the ground underneath them, honestly, that's kind of dumb. I mean, hey, don't look a gift horse in the mouth, I guess, but still. It looks really pathetic. It really does. This is all he could do. Why can't I grab you? I wish these feet could actually touch you! Damn it! I'm scared of the lava though, man! It hurts! Lava's hot, Ridley. Yeah, it would hurt. It's lava. Of course it hurts. Don't make fun of me! I don't want you to go under there and screw attack me to death. I remember what happened before. Yeah, it was how you could easily kill Ridley in the original Metroid. Oh, if only I get friggin' super missile drops. That would make this so much faster. And that's the other problem. While missiles and energy they're generous to give you, we don't have any. Super missiles are a whole other matter. They're still just a rare drop in general. So, if you get those drops, be gracious you did. And see, there you go. You thought that maybe Ridley would be a pain? Nope. Stand under him and blast it with missiles. But intermittently, of course. As long as you don't go aggressively quick, he is an absolute joke. So take advantage of it being a joke. It makes things so much better for you in the long run. Yeah, it's great and all. You know what? I'm not going to use you. I'm going to do what I should have done and just do this. Because it just makes more sense to me. See? I don't even need Ice Beam! Alright, don't be stupid now. You can't kill Metroids without the missiles! The Ice Beam. Well, missiles as well. Don't think you can! That's the other thing. Well, the Metroids, no matter what for a low percent run, are going to be painful. That's why the more super missiles you can have, since they can kill them one shot, the better. Oh, right, I forgot. I need a screw attack. Right. That's the whole point of having screw attacks. You easily place through these guys. Always remember to take advantage of the enemies in pipes as well. That's a great way to refill. And they're more likely to drop super missiles for you than other standard enemies, so yeah. Definitely don't overlook those. If you're missing anything at all, use those little fly units that come out of those pipes to refill. Because they are automatic item drops. 100%. As are other tough enemies. Look at that! I just managed to get 3 super missile drops. I wish it was always that convenient, but life is usually never that easy. Still, just take advantage of whatever you can. As long as you do that, well, you're good. That's all you need to do. Oh, wait, I don't think I showed off yet, this. So, yep, in case you were wondering, well, I don't already have the screw attack, I could just go through here. In case you're wondering the other method to get through this, well, you also have this method. Oh, god damn it, did I make this really hard on myself? Yeah, basically, you can use a missile to basically get in there, to our tunnel, to get to another launcher, to get into the other side. So, if you're still playing the game normally, you can still skip the screw attack. And get to this without the screw attack. But, well, I happened to screw that up, so, well, no missiles. Woe is me. You can also use super missiles to break missile blocks, but not really easily advised. Because you want to save any missiles you have, for the most part, so yeah. But hey, now I have high jump. A lot of this is easier for me. See? High jump makes it so much easier to get through so much of this. But, well, with that, now all we technically gotta do is beat Creed, and we can go to the end game. So, let's go do that. And the thing is, it's really fast to do this, too, because, well, yeah. When you're going after so few items, You never realize how short the game is till you realize if you go after so little, you can actually blaze through these games. I mean, come on, have you seen tool-assisted speedruns? They take like an hour, maybe. I think tool-assisted 100% speedrun for this game I've seen sometimes say like 40 minutes. Like, what? Yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about speedruns at one point. May as well, since I'm just going along this. In case you're wondering about speedrun categories, 80% is just getting through the game in the fastest time no matter what. Although 80% kind of is more going against the other specific rules they have. Because there's also other runs, such as the, what I mentioned, low percent runs. Basically getting the smallest percentage of items actually possible and getting through the game as quickly as possible with that restriction in mind. While it can also be sometimes seen as the, any percent run, depending on the game. For a Metroid game, sometimes getting other power-ups is actually helpful for getting through the game faster, such as Speed Booster, or something like that. That's why low percent is another challenge factor. Getting through as little as possible, as fast as possible, is kind of like a double challenge in itself, which some people may like. And of course, I guess one of the more understandable ones, any percent is basically a speedrun no matter what. 100% speedrun is basically doing everything in the game as quickly as possible. It kind of feels obvious, but, well, those are what Metroid games have always wanted you to do, at least since Fusion onward. Honestly, Dread and Samus Returns, I like the way they did it. They just want you to do the speedrun, but then if you manage to go out of your way to get the, items, you get something else for that. So you don't need to do 100% speedrun. But if you can do 100% speedrun, it makes you look that much better. Which I know I've been able to do in Dread. Samus Returns I haven't practiced with yet. But I know I can do 100% items in Dread in like a little over 3 hours if I really try and know what I'm doing. Skipping cutscenes helps as well. Oh, and by the way, since we killed Ridley early, well, we don't have to deal with the cutscene once we leave this place of Ridley landing on, well, the planet Zebes, because, well, it would make sense. Ridley's dead. So it's a cutscene you technically skip. Also making the game a little faster. Yeah, going after Ridley first is technically a speedrunner's way to do it. Yeah. Also, another reason what Various suit. For low percent. Avoiding things like that. It helps you avoid more upgrades so you can go through the acid and stuff. Oh god, we have another grindy boss coming up. And because I don't have the long beam, it's gonna be a pain in the neck. Oh, right, what am I doing? I wanna go this way. I kind of forget. Unfortunately, Crane's Lair, you have to go through the entire area because, well, yeah, the way Crane's Lair works, you can't really go through this place without getting the little special, powered grips to move. So, yep. See, you can't do anything with them. And you need them to get through certain areas, so, yep. You're gonna need to power them on. So make sure you do. Which I always hate getting through this part. Not because this part's hard or anything, but it's grindy. Also, for low percent runs, it's recommended to go after Ridley first because of how easy he is. That way, you can also get super missiles before you deal with Crane. Because you may imagine, Crane might actually be a little tough. Oh god, there's a energy tank over there. Yeah, it's great and all, but you don't mind. I'd rather avoid that if all possible. Thank you. You can also make that your second energy tank if you so choose, but I like to get the energy tank that comes near where the Various suit is, so, you can always morph ball, bomb jump into the grip to avoid that. You have to remember that from just getting some of the items in the game in general, so, it makes a lot of sense doing it that way. Now for the next annoyance. I guess I could technically skip this too, but I need to show off some things. So yeah, we got this boss now. The super missiles will make him easier, but if you run out of missiles, just come to the side. Oh, bait! Oh, ew. I don't like that. So yeah, this boss will basically spit out some projectiles you can use to, refill yourself if you need it. So yep, take advantage of it dropping missiles. Ow! Well, at least the acid doesn't hurt you now, since you have the Various suit. Yeah, it is also fun to make a joke of this thing. Oh, it raised the acid! Okay. Why aren't you trembling in fear? Because you can't hurt me with that thing! God damn it. Arrgh! Ow. The only thing that hurts you is the boss and its projectiles. That's it. So yeah, you get a much easier time with this thing. Come on, drop me missiles already, asshole! But yeah, this is why I skipped that last boss before Ridley, because, well, yeah, it's annoying to go through this way. It really is. Having to watch me go after missiles constantly, knowing I don't have enough. At least the boss won't raise the acid if you're hanging over to the side here. At least this is faster than the other one, so I don't mind showing this whole thing off. But yeah, it makes you realize how easy this game really is. Oh, come on, man. There we go. Got what I needed. Wah! It's just annoying at the end of the day, that's all. Annoying that I have to try to grind like this just to get some missile drops. Well, this one's on me, because I don't have long beam. And yeah, like I said, long beam is completely optional. Sure, it makes your beam more effective, because it's longer range. But because you're only going to be able to use missiles to really damage bosses anyway, it's kind of pointless to really have long beam. It's an extra percent you could use on a super missile or something else, like a screw attack. So, yeah, definitely don't go after long beam. While in original Metroid 1, it's vital, because without it, you feel like you can't do anything. Well, in this Zero mission, without it, you aren't really in that much trouble, because they give you a lot more missiles and super missiles, and, well, yeah, because you can use much more use of the rest of your inventory other than just beams, well, yeah, it makes sense. Alright, don't forget, the reason you have to battle that boss, once you activate the grips there, and power them on, they lock the door, so you have to battle the boss to actually leave this place. I thought maybe you'd be able to avoid the boss, but nope, they locked that door. So you have to deal with the boss. It sucks. It becomes a one-way door once you actually activate the grip. So make sure you are ready to deal with the boss no matter what. It kind of sucks, but, well, deal with the hand you're dealt. That's just what life in this game is like sometimes. Alright, are there any other speedrun categories I can think of? Well, it's 100%, low percent, which can be 0% or a little more depending on the kind of game you're playing. Why did I do that? Can you come over here for a sec? I need you. Sorry, I don't know why I made you abandon me. Help me out. I think that's it. But the speedrunning community, you know, really takes pride in it. And there's also a separate category for tool-assisted. For those who don't know what that term means, even though I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. Tool-assisted, basically, people use basically like a sort of, some people use basically a cheat device. Like basically allow them to like, basically have a lot of save states on like a lot of particular frames. So basically, they do what I guess some would call like a frame-perfect run. Where basically, yeah, it basically just looks like it's a machine. That's basically what it is. Tool Assisted has its own category because you're basically playing it as if it's not, like, within normal human capabilities to play like that. Tool Assisted goes into its own category because you're basically cheating to make it look absolutely perfect without any flaws whatsoever. Some people don't mind it. I personally don't think too much of the Tool Assisted stuff myself. Because, yeah, well, it's nice to see how fast you could be. At the same time, it kind of gets rid of the effort that people that normally play the game do. It kind of puts their runs to shame. And because it looks so run like a machine, and because it's, like, pretty much impossible to play that way normally, well, some people look down on it because, you know, it's not something you can, like, typically show off in a regular setting. But if you want to get, like, some tips on how to perform something absolutely perfectly, it is helpful in that regard. So, yeah, it is one way to look at it if you were curious about, like, how to do it in the closest way to perfection possible. So, yeah, I at least like it for that regard, but otherwise, Tool Assisted I can kind of go without. Alright, here comes the next trouble spot. Kraid. See, at Kraid, he's not actually that hard. It's just, ow. You got rid of that platform already, bro? Man, you're an asshole. You gotta use the claws that he fires out in order to, well, refuel yourself. It's one of those things that makes Screw Attack useful as well. Just don't get hit by his spikes or his hands. As long as you get against the wall, you can't get hit by him. So yeah, useful to know. Ow! And yeah, like I said, don't hit by the friggin' stomach spikes. They hurt like hell. Just do, you know, just do screw attack jumps if you're not confident of shooting down his spikes. There's a lot of reasons why you have screw attack. It protects you from basically all projectiles. As long as you know how to use it right, of course. Ow. And there we go. Wow, one triumph. Great. I'm not used to that. Damn straight, bitch. Ha ha. Woo. That is abnormal for me to get through Kraid in one attempt. But yep, just stand along the wall, use a screw attack to block the spikes that come at you. And yep, you can kill Kraid with missiles by hitting him in the face and then shooting one in his throat. Do it like that, you'll be just fine. I'm surprised I knocked it out so easily, though. But yeah, in case you guys are curious, oh yeah, you need to blast the door to be able to grip this. They lock the door until you go to the room with the speed booster, then you can leave normally, as if you don't need it at all, which you might not, so... Yeah, you feel like you don't need it, you don't need it. Always good to remember. Oh, if I haven't noted it yet, yeah. They picked the worst version of these guys for hard mode. It's always the ones that have the drippy eyeballs. So when you kill them, their eyeballs drop for an extra attack, which sucks. Also, getting out of this room is still a pain in the ass. Wow, got through that easily as well. Am I getting better? Wouldn't that be a nice thought? That I'm actually improving. I mean, I'll take it. Why not? If I think I'm doing better, I may as well take it. Graciously, I will. I accept. Thank you. Oh yeah, I can go back down to Norfair. You realize you need a powerbomb to get through that, right? You can't prove it. Why are you wasting everybody's time? Oh, yeah. You need powerbomb, bro. Come here, screw attack early is funny as well. Like, oh, I can go back to Norfair. You got that in Norfair. Oh, damn it. Do they have tool? I guess they have tool assisted low percent runs, but people tend to really only like to do tool assisted for like, yeah, people tend to only really like to do tool assisted runs for 100%, because basically they try to do everything inhumanly possible. Yeah, that's a great way to do it. Doing everything inhumanly possible. It just gets rid of some of the fun of experiencing a game, though, you know? Well, it's nice to see what it'd be like going at absolute 100% efficiency, pretty much. By the same token, well, you kind of lose some of the magic of what the game's about if you try to do it at absolute efficiency. I know, I really just only looked at tool-assisted 100% runs for Metroid games. I was trying to figure out how to do, like, 100% item runs, like, efficiently. Because, well, that had some of the best ways for me to notice, like, some techniques and stuff. Well, I could attempt to do some of the tool-assisted, like, weird, crazy, precise wall jumping techniques. I just use that as a reference for it. At least if I go this way quickly, it will make sense. If I can't do this, then I'll just figure out another way. Like, let me just put it this way. A tool-assisted run could probably knock out, like... Okay, let's just say, for example, like a normal 100% run of this game can take like an hour, 8 minutes. Let's just put it that way, just to give you a good ballpark estimate. Because I think it might be close to what it is. Or it might be like 50-something minutes. Let's say 58 minutes. With Tool Assist, you can basically do techniques that aren't able to be done by normal human hands and reflexes. You reduce that time to something like 42 minutes, for example. So you cut off like 15 minutes of your time. Cut it down by like a quarter, or something like that. It's kind of fun to see, but at the same time, it's not really the best to acknowledge because it kind of gets rid of what it's like to play the game normally. So, I tend to disregard those if, you know, I use them as reference, but that's about it. It can be fun to watch, though. I know some people watch some of the tool-assisted speedruns for Metroid games is like, I imagine canonically this is how Samus goes through her adventures. Yeah, she's just like, I'm done dealing with this shit. She just knows her suit so well, just flies around like a bird, and just kills everything in really quick fast. It's like, oh my god, this bounty hunter is frightening! Yeah, she can be frightening. And now for probably the hardest part of the low percent run. The Metroids! Oh, and like I said, on hard mode, you have more enemies on the regular to deal with. Yeah, unfortunately, it counts for the Metroids as well. Oh, thank God with the super missile drop. I'm gonna need it. So, yep. They have more Metroids in this segment as well. So, be cautious, especially since you have low ammunition. Make great use of it. And unfortunately, since you only have 2 missiles and 2 super missiles, and you need 5 regular missiles to kill these fucking things, basically, you want to keep them frozen. Wait for these things to come near you, kill them, hope you get missile drops, and rinse and repeat. This is easily one of the worst parts of a low percent run of this game. You need to hope you get lucky with item drops. Oh, it's another thing that makes tool-assisted runs a little, you know... Tool-assisted run basically gets around the luck that would come with a normal speed run as well. So basically, yeah. Or in case they need to wait for something like item drops, well, tool-assisted run, they basically get the item drop they need when they need it. Because, yeah, sometimes RNG can play a big role in some of these runs. Oh, yeah, and if you have to deal with 2 Metroids, you're probably fucked. Just freeze them both in place. If you feel like you have to corner yourself, do so. But do it in a way where you won't die. This is why I hate this part. Oh, God. Oh, this is the worst. Oh, no, I let you slip in. Oh, God, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm probably going to die soon. Ah! I'm at 1 health. Okay, ow. Let's time warp back to that room. I was imagine the door's also locked. That's another thing that makes this a pain. Oh, great. I activated both of them again like an idiot. Let me do what I did last time. It might work out. As long as I'm smart. I'm gonna freeze you both. So yeah, pin yourself down somewhere, but make it so you can still get wrinkles. That's what these things are called, by the way. I finally remembered. They're called wrinkles. Oh, crap. And yep, just basically make it so you get these, and well, keep the Metroids frozen in place, no matter what. You gotta wait for your item drops. It sucks, but that's what you gotta deal with in this. As long as you keep moving to get them frozen, you'll be fine. The moment you take damage, though, it's gonna be a lot harder for you to get... Yes! Super missiles! Also great idea of advice here. Save every time you get through a room. So that way, you don't have to deal with these Metroids again in case you happen to die. Because don't forget, you have to deal with like 4 rooms of these things before you get to a save point. And because they have more Metroids on hard than normal, and you have very little ammunition to speak of, it's very heavily advised to do this. So that way you don't get yourself pinned down to die. Also, since I have super missiles, I'm definitely saving that. Oh, save any time you have super missiles as well. Because that's instant Metroid killers as long as you're not stupid. Which I try not to be, obviously. Alright, what's my time, by the way? 55 minutes. Okay. Not too bad. Then again, I'm not expecting to be in under an hour on here. Because, well, I'm not that good at this. No! 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 How dare you? No! Oh, because I needed energy. They just gave me energy instead. Damn it! The rare drops of missile tanks are just... of super missiles are just so nice. Unfortunately, we're not at that part of this place yet. There is actually a part of this layer where you can get easier, super missile drops. I think I mentioned it earlier in the original playthrough, the green wrinkles. I'm glad they gave those, though. They're basically your rare item drop versions that give you pretty much guaranteed item drops and are more likely to give you rare items. Oh yeah, I guess that is what it is. There are just some enemies that are guaranteed item drops. I have no idea the percentages on any of it, though, so don't quote me on anything. Just... Yep. Just be prepared. Just try to spawn one at a time. Because, well, it wasn't obvious already from my death. Spawning more than one at a time is basically suicide. Then again, dealing with Metroids in itself is suicide. But that's just what Samus Aran has to do. Yes! Fuck you! Okay. I'm willing to deal with this right now. You want to see the super missiles in particular, or when you have multiple Metroids on you? Because, well, fuck it. If I don't get another super missile drop, so be it. Although I probably should have some for the next room, in all honesty. Oh, God! How about you don't? Alright, did I kill them all? Oh, they gave me a super missile! Yes! Don't look again, force in the mouth. Also, make sure to swap to missiles you intend to use them. Make sure you swap so you don't accidentally waste a super missile. Alright, the next room is my least favorite, so I'm gonna go save before that. Yeah, it's a bit of annoying back and forth, this place. Let's just time warp back to this room. I mean, it's tedious, I know. It's just, this is the way it's most easily done without having to... I don't want to have to use save states. I want to do it as if it was playing on the actual hardware. That's always how I go about it. While save states are a nice modern feature, it's nice to have. Playing with the modern hardware, it just... Well... It's great just to do it the way it was intended, you know? I always like to do things the way it's intended. It just feels right. Alright, cool. I only spawned one. Nice. Now let's get the other one up here. Oh, God, I spawned that one, too. Ow. Yes! More super missiles! Oh! Don't mind if I do, you bitch. Alright, that works. I can make this work. Oh, God! Well, as long as the other one can't come down, I'm fine. Well, looks like I spoke too soon. You think you can get me in my corner? You're wrong. I won't let you penetrate my corner of defense! I won't let you penetrate it, Metroid! Bitch! Ooh, baby! Yes! The super missile drops. I'm getting real lucky. I'll get rid of you first, because I don't like you. Oh, alright, good. Oh, I got to the worst room because I got lucky missile drops. Super missile in particular, but you know what I meant. You also gotta make sure you don't die to the wrinkles, obviously. They're one of those things that doesn't help. Hey, yeah, that's technically how I died in here, isn't it? Yeah. I didn't even die to the frickin' Metroids. I died to the frickin' wrinkles. Now we are good. So, yep, since we got these green wrinkles now, we can easily use them to refill super missiles. So be sure to come back here and refill your super missile supply. Since they're automatic item drops and they regenerate a lot more quickly, well, it's at least a faster way to guarantee your super missiles back. Not, you know, fast, but faster. Alright, come on now. Come on now. Thank you. And now we have another save station. I think I ignored this last time. Either way, we have it now. Oh, the beauty of it. It makes me feel so powerful. Although, I mean, tool assisted runs can be fun, I guess. I never thought about trying them. I know one of my friends back in college was into doing, like, tool-assisted speed run, no damage runs of, like, you know, some of the Mega Man mods and Mega Man games in general. Well, you know, it can be impressive. I just, you know, like I said, I was not a fan of seeing things that are inhuman. It's nice to see what could be perfection, but at the same time, it's like, oh, cool, you basically used the computer to basically make this. You basically could have written the computer program that would play the game flawlessly, if you really wanted to go that way about it. Which just, it feels like a waste. I just feel like Tool Assistance is a waste. Hey, if you like looking at them or like doing it yourself, good for you. I'm personally just not impressed. It's nice to look at for reference, but I don't like... Usually not considered legitimate because of that, because it's just, like I said before already, inhuman. You're going over the same notes again like you always do. I can't help it. It's just my nature. I like to repeat things so people understand my point. Like killing a Metroid is a lot of fun. Yeah, you thought you had me. You were wrong. As were you. Oh, baby! You know, let's risk it. I might be able to get through without needing to save. As long as I'm cautious, of course. Just gotta be very careful. Spawn a Metroid and run! Oh god, I spawned two of them. Cool. Yes! Cool. Can you get off me? I'm not a fan! Alright, where's another one? There we go. Cool! Got you. Alright, almost through. All that's left are the ones down here. Don't spawn them all at once. Find a place to hide and wait for them to come to you. Like this one just did. Oh, God! Well, that makes this a nightmare. This isn't scary or anything. Not scary at all. Not scary at all. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, if you easily freeze too, you're fine. Oh. Oh, dear. I feel like not saving might have been my worst decision. Because now I feel like I'm going to regret it. This is why you do a low percent run safe. Okay. Whew! Good. I think I'm good now. And we're good. Now, Reed, you always hear the sound of the door unlocking, so at least you know what all the Metroids are done for. Oh, goodness gracious. Good! Only had one death. I appreciate the fact that wasn't so painful. Exploits are your best tool for figuring out how to get around things, or just a lot of patience. And of course, the best room to refill your super missiles, which I'm not going to go to that room until I actually get them, because, well, it's kind of hard to destroy these things without super missiles on you. You definitely need them. Unless you can think you can generate a lot of missiles, just keep grabbing the item drops in the next room. Don't even bother. So, let's go. Take that. I'm leaving. And here's the technical deal with Zematites. Basically, you get super missiles, go in, blast both your super missiles, Zematite, leave, and do it over and over again. Don't you just love how grindy this game can be when you have nothing to put on you? God. It makes it feel like I'm overcommitted to this. Sure, I probably am. We can say that. But at the same time, it's the necessary sacrifices that we must make in order to make these things work. Well, we need another thing to discuss about. I was thinking, like, what are some of your favorite, like, sci-fi franchises and, like, media? Like, I mean, not just video games, like, maybe, like, movies. Are you a big Star Wars fan or something like that? Unlike me? I know it may seem blasphemous, I'm not too big on Star Wars, but, you know, I never was that big on Star Wars. It's not just because, you know, it's not, oh, you must be into Star Trek then. No, despite you may think it's not that. I'm not that into Star Trek either. I don't know. Seeing William Shatner in Star Trek, I always thought it was kind of lame. Although, it was always funny to note that he basically will just fuck anything that moves. It's a common joke in the original Star Trek series that William Shatner's character basically would fuck any alien. That's what a lot of it was. He basically would get his freaky on like any alien that came aboard his ship. Like, what the shit, man? What's wrong with him? Oh, it is amusing to look back on, though, at the very least. But even so, I don't know. The big popular ones, I never really thought that Star Wars is really anything special. It does have a lot of nice lore to it. Maybe reading the books is something that enhances it. I just never was too into it myself. I mean, it's nice and enjoyable. It's just... And I guess some of the fight choreography can be nice. I do like the whole lightsaber thing. It is kind of badass looking. But at the same time, I just am not the biggest fan of how it works. I'm really not. It's kind of... A lot of the characters that people love, like Boba Fett, are completely blown out of proportion. Yeah, he's a badass. Look at all his artillery. Look how strong he is. Yeah, he also falls into a fucking pit to die. Numerous times. That Sarlacc pit is his greatest foe. You can't even, like, normally die to that. You have to fall into it. And he's fallen into it multiple times. Such a badass character to just have one of the most shameful deaths. It might be one of those things like a joke about the series. But even still, I just find a lot of things about Star Wars overrated. Oh, I did not mean to waste that super missile. Oh, I gotta remember to switch back every time I get a missile. Also, here comes probably the worst part of this speed run. Mother Brain. Probably the hardest boss. This is the biggest reason why I say to have Screw Attack on. Because without it, this part is a nightmare. Especially once you get to the latter half. You just want to be able to jump back and forth between these platforms. Get rid of any of these little lasers that come out, jump into the wrinkles, and grab the missiles they leave behind. And you are in a pretty much safe position if you crouch over here. You can't get hit by anything except the wrinkles. You do have to wait for these to come by. So, yup. Just do what you can. And of course, like I said in the previous run, be careful about falling in the lava. Especially once Mother Braid's glass casing opens up. Because that's when she'll go to town on you. Just make sure you avoid that laser at all costs. In this, it would basically knock out half of your health. So, fight wisely. Oh, God. 80. Okay, 80. Not exactly half, but still enough to be a real problem. So, yeah. Ow. If you feel like you need to take time to regenerate energy, don't feel bad. Just do what you can to make this fight, well, move to your whim. She won't shoot if you don't shoot her back or fall. So you need to take your time. It's not like she actually has a timer for firing her laser. It's only based on how many missiles you hit her with. Ow! It's just painful going through this either way. Just hold on your missiles and gather energy if you need to. That's all I can really say. Because remember, as long as you have full missiles, you're going to get energy drops. As long as you have full energy, you're going to get missile drops. If one of them is out, you're guaranteed those drops. So take advantage of that and heal if you must. See, it doesn't look that bad, but it's the fact that it's such a long fight, and any costly mistake can basically ruin everything. That's why you want to be very careful with this fight. And whereas every 5 missiles you basically do her attack, in normal, on hard, it's 3. So you have to worry about this even more. Ow. Nope. Not letting you get me this time. Uh-oh. And also good to know that hanging on the ledge will actually let you dodge that laser as well. It's kind of why she prepares to fire a laser when you cling to the ledge. It's not a safe space for you as much as you wish it was. It's just nice to do if you can't avoid her laser through jumping. If you happen to fall, take advantage of the fact and try to dodge either way. Oh god, this sucks! This fucking sucks. But yeah, I am always a fan of the Metroid series. A lot of sci-fi things. And anime, I know anybody who watches anime probably knows about friggin' Cowboy Bebop. Potentially overrated, I guess, but... Oh, right, I have super missiles. What am I doing? Now's the time to use these fucking things! Ow. That's the whole point of saving the super missiles to this point. Gotta be careful. Single one of those blasts will kill me now. Just have to get to the point of killing you now. Oh, God. I'm so nervous. I need to heal. But yeah, Cowboy Bebop has always been one of my favorite anime. I think it's a classic. Like, a lot of the episodes are good standalones, and there's a good, like, whole overarching, like, story to the series. Like, oh. It's such a good, like, tale of revenge, too. Like, Cowboy Bebop is definitely one of the classic anime series that's... I always recommend. Even to people who don't watch anime, it feels like it's, like, a very tropey recommendation, just because everybody recommends it. But, you know, that's just how good it is. The characters, fun and diverse. It's also what gave us the legendary Steve Bloom his frickin', like, claim to fame for his amazing voice acting. Just remember that in anime, in case you don't know, people love the Japanese voices because they're more genuine and, you know, they don't feel as forced and, you know, they're the particular emotion you'd expect out of anime. Where usually English people think is awkward. The actual dubbing, I mean. Well, Cowboy Bebop is almost like the one exception where everybody pretty much unanimously agrees the English dub is better. It's great. A great entry point for people who don't know anime well at all. Okay, so now we got Mother Braid taken care of. Surprisingly one try, because I took my sweet-ass time and was patient. Notice the escape sequence is now 1 minute instead of 2. On easy, it would be 3, so you'd have a lot of time. So yeah, you don't have a lot of wiggle room with the escape sequence here. Oh, good. I got through that without much trouble. So make sure you don't fall that climb out, and make sure you climb this wall and all this stuff very, very quickly. Because if you don't, woo, you're in a world of trouble. And you don't have the plasma beam or speed booster. So, how do we escape, you'll wonder? I don't know if you noticed, there's a cavern up here. Well, remember more full bomb jump, you're going to need to know it to get up here. And if you have the high jump, you can easily get up these walls without having to do more bomb jumps. A strong recommendation for why you want high jump. Unless you think you're a more bomb jumping god, well, it's going to be very painful to get through that. So, best of luck to you. But either way, woo! One try, mother brain. Thank God. If only the rest of this could be done in one try, but I have a feeling a lot of deaths are incoming. Wow, this run's actually been surprisingly good for me. I've only died like 2 or 3 times. I'm pretty happy with myself. Yeah, it's 3. 3. Once to stupidity, once to Ridley, and then once to the wrinkles trying to avoid the Metroids. But unfortunately, I feel like the deaths are going to double. Okay, in case you aren't aware, there's another reason why I hate this segment. It's hard mode low percent run. Because basically, you know how when you're in your Zero suit, you take 1 whole energy tank of damage to these things? It's hard mode, so you know what that means. It doubles. And you notice my energy? Bunch of one-hit kills waiting for you in there. So, it's time for absolute perfection. You know, I probably should have kept my suit on in hindsight. No shit! Unless your suit, like, stripped you of it, your ship stripped you of it, and then you just had to, well, deal with this now. I guess she doesn't try to really drive the gunship in her suit, because it feels unnecessary, because he's usually safe. Well, I guess it varies from game to game what they think you want, what you imagine she does. So, you know what? I'll just let her have it. This just happens as an unfortunate accident. Oops. You know, I probably could just get rid of the high jump if I was really confident and use that for another energy tank to make this section more bearable, but, well, we're in for hell. So, let's go. It'd also be really stupid if getting the map data was part of the 100% completion. Oh, that would be so dumb. Why do I have to waste my time getting maps? I know where I'm going. Or who needs maps, bitch? I can figure it out my own. I can figure out my own route. Also, screen smoothing. Ew. I never liked that oily look for the Wii U, Virtual Console, anything. Well, I guess it's a Game Boy Advance game in particular, but still. So, yep, here we go. Another one of the worst segments of the low percent hard mode speed run. Well, hard percent run. Hard, low per... You know what I mean by now. You guys know I can't speak well, okay? Unless you could hide back there, it's completely unnecessary. So, yep, just note. Now every single one of these guys will do 2 energy tanks worth of damage. So, if you happen to get hit, well, sucks to be you. You're dead. Oh. So memorize what you have to shoot in order to get through without getting shot yourself. You have to memorize exactly how to get through without getting caught by them, or at least know what you can do to avoid any damage when you're running from them. As long as you do things perfectly, you shouldn't have to worry about getting killed. It's only the space pirates you have to fear, because that's the only thing that can kill you in one shot. Those Bamboo enemies that we have to deal with later on, they don't actually damage you that much. And you at least get item drops from them, unlike the space pirates who don't drop anything. Which sucks, they don't drop a goddamn thing. Also, they blocked off some save rooms to make this an even more annoying, tedious process. Yep, you have less access to saves, so you have to be better on the regular now. Which is just unfortunate for this segment. It was already bad enough. Did they really have to make it worse? Apparently they did. But yep, you can tell how many times I've done this because of, well, yeah, having to memorize how to get around these guys without getting killed. Believe me, this is also one of the worst segments because you gotta be very, very cautious. Oh, I hate this part so much. I mean, this is my biggest reason. This is one of my bigger reasons for hating this segment. Just because it's just... Oh, it's so much. It's so much to deal with. Ugh. Just know it's like the center of your character model that has the hitbox or the spotlights. So as long as you're careful, you should get caught by them pretty easily. Just make sure you don't. Anytime you get caught by an enemy, just be prepared for the worst. It's gonna be hell either way. So, hope you can jump and dodge well. Because you're gonna get caught no matter what, which is why I always hated about this in general, the fact you had to get caught sometimes. And it definitely holds true at this point. Well, let's see if I can get through this without getting caught by these lasers at all. It just proved you know, you can get through this without getting caught by a laser. Woo! There we go! Beautiful! Too bad it doesn't matter. Because even though you got through that perfectly, hey, it's Samus Aran! God damn it. You have to get caught either way. I fucking hate this! I hate it so much. Fuck you guys. Leave me alone. Don't go after me! Oh, God. It's always the worst, this thing. I think all the sci-fi franchises I'm a big fan of. I mean, I'm a fan of the first two Alien movies. Because those two are just freaking classics. And I guess I like Terminator 2 and RoboCop. Is that considered sci-fi? I guess. Yeah. Anything related to technology, I guess, is sci-fi related. And then, well, I guess one of my favorites is Futurama. Because, well, I mean, that's like one of the best adult animated cartoons of all time. It's just so good. Should I say adult? Yeah, screw it. Call it an adult animated cartoon. I love Futurama. And Rick and Morty I find okay. I don't know if how many people know I'm not the biggest fan of Rick and Morty. I mean, it's okay. I just feel like that show has overstayed its welcome. And, well, the memes that some people have generated from it, I feel like are some of the dumber things in the show, honestly. And some people say it's like one of the best cartoons of all time. I'm sorry, it still hasn't even matched up to Futurama, or the prime of The Simpsons run, or even the prime of Family Guy, or South Park for that matter. Like, those cartoons are amazing. Rick and Morty is fine for what it is. And I think it's one of those things that got people hooked to the idea of multiverses, in general. By the way, something to note about the hanging here. Note her foot hangs down underneath where you're hiding when you're hanging. The spotlight eyes can catch that. So, you know, you want them to be above you when you're trying to hide. And then basically try to, well, yeah, hide when you need to. I'm just going to hide in here and make it easier. You can also climb up fast enough to get away from this guy, but honestly, this is the safe way to go about it. So just do that if you want to make this trip a lot less painful for yourself. Oh, man. But yeah, I love Futurama. It's like one of my favorites. I mean, they've even said themselves, like, they feel like they're like one of the most over-educated, like, sets of writers they've ever had. Also, another save room blocked off. Instead of just an invisible wall being revealed, nope, it's a full wall. That's why they did that way. I don't know why they made the other one a door and that one not, but whatever. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take this to my private collection. I'm gonna stare at it for hours. That's just weird. It's just a bomb. Why is he staring at it for so long? Oh no. He did say he was a fan of Oh no. I hope it's not those kinds of explosions. Ugh, I'd rather try to speed through this, but honestly, I'm gonna play it safe. I'd rather not get caught if I can help it. Do it the right way, you know? But yeah, for those of you that don't know, I hate this one! Futurama has always been one of my favorite sci-fi shows. I've loved it ever since I started seeing it on Adult Swim. Oh my god. Because I missed the initial run on Fox, with a lot of their shows, but oh man. Friggin' Futurama is so good. They had such overeducated writers, apparently, like. They had, like, people that are, like, numerous people are, like, PhDs in, like, numerous fields of science. So, yeah. They had people that really knew a lot of stuff in the scientific community, which is why they were able to go, like, crazy with some of their episodes and theories. Like, wasn't one of the episodes that actually came up with, like, a theory for, like, they came up with, like, an actual, like, math theorem for, like, how they could do, like, the body swapping, because they had that for an episode in one of the newer seasons. They actually had, like, a whole theorem for it, and apparently it's, like, actually, like, considered plausible. It's wild. Like, dude, that's why I love Futurama. It's definitely a show that the writers were so smart. They had a lot of jokes for people that would really, like, get it. And, well, it really shows. And again, being a show that's based on, like, 1,000 years in the future, you'd think you'd be able to come up with a lot of creativity to come up with crazy ideas that would just work. And that show, I just loved so much of what it did. It also helped the comedic writing was also on point. And, well, the fun thing about it is so far in the future, they could have so many wild predictions they could just, you know, it's kind of hard to disprove in this era about how much of it happened. Because it was based in the year 2000 as well, it's just kind of weird the later seasons weren't that good, because it like, tried to get, like, tackle some political issues as well. It's like, yeah, okay. It had its own twist on it sometimes. It had some stinkers in the later seasons, but still. And also, the ending of this series, for those of you who don't know, the series finale, well, before they renewed it again now, perfection. They came all the way to make the show, like, actually come full circle. It was beautiful. Especially with the first airing of it, oh my god. It's like one of the most perfect endings you could actually imagine for a show. I don't even want to spoil it for those of you that haven't seen it by now, but just know that the fact it deals with time travel a bit as well, yeah, they actually managed to nail it. It's such a great, satisfying ending. Like, oh my god. The ending was so good. I mean, I'm sure probably some people that don't know the show would, ow, consider it overrated nowadays, but, oh, dude. Ah, damn it, that hurt! Ah, the lightning bolt again, damn it! Although, ow! Ow, again! Why do the shoujo hate me so much? The pain is unbearable, damn you! Just let me get my suit already! Why do I have to earn it like this? You guys are assholes. Oh, jeez. Why does it have to monitor me like this anyway? What a dick. But yeah, Futurama is one of those shows I just love. It's definitely one of the greatest cartoons of all time. Because, unlike The Simpsons, despite The Simpsons being better in its prime, The Simpsons overstayed its welcome to the point where, to fans of the old episodes, the show now is, like, unrecognizable. It's, like, ruined the show's legacy and how much they've changed the characters. It's, like, because of the shadow of its former self, it's really hard to look at The Simpsons as a whole the same way. Like, as a whole, The Simpsons kind of looks like crap, because a lot of the later 20-plus seasons, with the exception of occasional few, like, moments of greatness, like some of the Treehouse of Horror episodes, especially the one from last year with the fricking Death Note parody, the Westworld parody, and the Babadook parody, that one was actually pretty good. Especially the Westworld one. They definitely recognize what fans loved about the older episodes of the series. So it's a shame they just can't write as well as they used to. And because they had to change so much to go with the times, I will admit though, there are definitely some jokes and episodes that don't age well. For example, there were a lot of homophobic jokes in some of the earlier episodes. It's kind of hard to overlook now. Some of them were actually kind of good messages for their time, but others were not nearly as kind. Where they kind of showed, like, it's fun to make fun of gay people. Yeah, some of those really aren't cool. I'll admit those are definitely some down points of some of the older episodes. But either way, you know, when you run the show for so long that you lose sight of what the show used to be like and what used to make it so good, it's kind of hard to still appreciate it for what it was. And remember, you still have the rounds with your missiles and super missiles if you don't have the screw attack with you, so that's how you get through this otherwise. But now I still have to, ow, get through this. It's still not hard when you have your full suit, because you can still die in 2 shots. So you're still not safe when you're at your full upgrades now. So you gotta make sure you're running in full force. Because you're probably gonna die if you're not prepared. Just do what you can to keep everybody off you. Kill all the space pirates your way. And since you don't have the long beam, it's a little harder to make this work. But you still have the plasma beam. It's just weird looking at it. This is the plasma beam without the wave beam, and, well, yeah, because of that, you can't shoot through walls. You should have just run, you idiot. Oh! Wow. Okay, I'm finally back here. Not that I'm expecting to live for much longer, but whatever. But yeah, Simpsons just... It's unfortunate that it can't really, like, replicate what it used to be. Which, you know, I think people saw it coming. The fact they've decided not to end it is ridiculous at this point. Like, seriously, you gotta know when to end a show before you run it into the ground and ruin it. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like, well, Hulu is basically trying to get the Futurama writers to come back for more after they had such a perfect ending, which makes me so upset. Like, why can't they just... I know people love this stuff, but you don't have to keep bringing it back just because people love it so much, and you don't have enough creativity to come up with something better, unique, to try and make it something that can be possibly better. Why think that way? Why we want to make something better than what's been done before? Because, you know, it's so hard to actually come up with something unique and original like that. That's the challenge of it. And when you succeed, it makes the show stand out that much more. How the hell do you think we've gotten so many great shows in the past? So many other great series? Because you have to come up with some unique ideas and be creative instead of just expecting to keep showing the same old bullshit to us over and over again. Oh god, it's hurting my throat just thinking about it. Oh yeah, the black space parts, yeah. Expect it to be torture. Oh. Well, this isn't gonna go well. Well, I feel like I'm gonna die. I'm not letting you be the source of my death, asshole. Yeah, it's great and all, but I'm trying to heal so I don't die immediately. Okay, thanks. Ow! That's the last save point I'm gonna have for a while, so I better take full advantage of it. All that's left is one boss, and then we're done. That's all we gotta do, because it can't get Power Bomb, because then that would mean I would have to basically die. Well, that basically means I wouldn't be able to do the run properly. That's what I meant to say. I may as well die. You're not wrong. Aha! You thought I was gonna let you kill me, did you? Well, no such luck, bitch. Hey! Oh, I shot the missile under the ground road. He's like, wait, what the hell was that? Well, at least the black space pirate killed the red one. Yeah, don't expect the, in case you're curious, don't think the, red space pirates can kill the black ones for you. They're not that strong. The black ones are just incredibly durable. Just do what you can to avoid them. Then we'll run into them, you only take 50 damage, but the red ones are just, well, they're hell no matter what you do. Ow! That was stupid! My leg! My leg! Damn it, they just spawned me as I was leaving the room. That's upsetting. I really thought I could have gotten away with it, too, if it weren't for those meddling kids and their stupid space pirate candy. Space pirate candy? Sounds delicious. Make a move, you asshole! I don't have time to wait for you to get through here, prick. And again, ah! I guess I've got all the time in the world, since I'm not worried about a speed run. I'm just worried about getting through safely without dying. Ah! You guys are also in my way. Not a fan! Oh, I'm so stupid. I jumped on him. Alright, is there anything else I wanted to say about some sci-fi series? I mean, I talked about The Simpsons enough. I'm pretty sure everybody knows about all that stuff with how drawn out that all is by now. Oh, you fucker! Oh, I've been doing so well until that happened. Son of a bitch! I have no missiles left, but I don't need them. Plasma beam is all I need. No, I can't think of that many on the top of my head. I mean, I know there was a Gundam video game I really liked. I haven't really been to, like, watching that much of, like, a lot of, like, the mech stuff. Like, I know people love that. Like, a lot of stuff with, like, giant mechs. Which, you know, it can be pretty cool, but, I don't know. I've just never been a big fan of it myself. I've never been the biggest fan of a lot of mech stuff in particular. It can be pretty cool, though. I know Japan loves that stuff with giant robots and all that. You know, I haven't actually seen Pacific Rim yet. I don't know if I should. I mean, I know it's, like, kind of fun. It's kind of stupid, but that's kind of the point of it. Which, you know, it's always good to have something stupid here or there. You know, let yourself just, you know, just be entertained. I guess that's maybe, I'm probably asking too much to expect something to be something that can easily be entertaining as well as be intelligent. Kind of a hard balance that unfortunately only the most sophisticated of viewers will appreciate. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. But, you know. Bitch! Damn it. I knew that was a bad idea, but I went for it anyway. I regretted that greatly. Now, let me take this round so I don't have to frickin' worry about a power bomb. Oh, we're so close. You know, sci-fi is a great genre. Great genre. I love sci-fi. You know, I'm always a fan of technology, so that kind of stuff always interests me. Yeah, for some reason I'm not into giant mechs. I don't know why. It was never really tickled my fancy in any way. They can definitely be nice and lightly entertaining, but I've never seen anything like too grand that's made me feel like I've had to watch them or something like that. Alright, here comes what's also arguably the hardest part of this run. Fricking Mecha Ridley here. So, same thing as before. Since we don't have 100% of the items, it'll just take, you know, 6 super missiles to kill Ridley. Kill Mecha Ridley, basically. However, you know, with your low ammo, and the fact that basically Mecha Ridley takes up the whole frickin' room, your best course is actually just to hang up this corner like a little bitch, wait for missiles to come out, so you get ammo out of them, and use them to hit Ridley directly in the chest with missiles. Since these won't reach and don't have charge beam, well, you're not gonna have a fun time trying to win this fight. That's why I would love if I get some super missile drops and also not keep missing. Hey, at least it's not the freaking powered up 100% Ridley, Mecha Ridley. Oh. There's no faster way to get through this. There's not like a way to... The only thing you do is really try to get Mecha Ridley to draw out its missiles. There's nothing really to do that. All you really do is just try to set it up by getting Mecha Ridley to try to do the claw swipe. So you easily go down... This is why I want super missiles. So you easily go down and try to hit him with the chest with a missile. You need to stay up high to keep the head up high. You want the claw swipe, so the hand's out of the way. So you easily go for a missile shot. Oh, I feel like I might waste my super missiles too early, but screw it. Well, at least they healed me, so there we go. But yeah, this corner is the best place to be. Just keep pressing A in a good rhythm where you do not leave, get under the line of that corner. Because a claw swipe can knock out a bunch of your health. And well, the eye lasers don't help. The flames aren't really that much of a concern, honestly, because you can always just go down a little bit to avoid them. And once you open up the chest casing, Mecha Ridley won't even do the flame breath, so... Yep, it's just wait for the right moment to be able to blast a missile into his chest. Once he darkens in color, you'll only be able to get one missile in at a time, so... Don't try to do more than that at this point. If you do, you're going to waste some of your missiles and feel like an idiot. I would imagine. Oh, god damn it! Oh! My aiming is off! I wish I had the aiming I did when I did the main LP for real, but I managed to get all 6 out of it at once! Oh. You only get lucky once, bro. You only get lucky once. You just have to deal with it and take the pain like a man. Oh. But yeah, have you guys been enjoying this run of me torturing myself? That's what a hard low percent run is. Torture. Like, I understand you wanted to do it on normal difficulty. Don't just go straight up to the highest difficulty and try to go low from there. At least do it on easier difficulty. Hell, even easy. That's a great way to test yourself out. Do it on easy difficulty, go over low percent. That might help you get adjusted so you at least do normal so it feels like you actually accomplished it for real. Yes! Finally, I might be able to win this. Yes! Eat shit! Ha ha ha! Woo! Good. Didn't die to Mecha Ridley. That made me feel good. But now all that's left is the final escape sequence. Where an easy and normal is 5 minutes, mechanism activated. Activate immediately. You got 3 for hard. Thankfully, they didn't make the enemies more plentiful in the escape sequence on hard. You just don't have the Bombus on easy. Now they're hard to deal with, but, well, you know. Either way, this is going to be torture. So, yeah. It's about the same as it is on normal minus the time limit. Just do what you can to frickin' escape as quickly as possible. Again, high jump is helpful to help you get some things faster. And remember, you have to get through this entire thing, and you can only get hit once. So, yeah. Make it count, unlike me, who just decided to basically get himself killed now. Take the time to lure the enemy so you can kill them without having to worry about getting damaged yourself. You're better off. Trust me. They will not make it easy for you. Use your screw attack and your beams wisely. Do not let them set you up so you can easily get hit. Be patient and wait for the right mode to be able to do everything. Thank you. Don't forget you can also kill bomb boosts for some item drops. Oh, here we go again. Son of a bitch, how dare you embarrass me by making me die during the escape sequence, you fuck! I'm not gonna show the whole thing because it's really one whole run of this frickin' thing. Oh, I can't really skip the escape sequence like that. Ugh. I hate this part. This is what I consider the hardest part, by the way. Because of how much you have to precisely go through and not take a lot of damage. It's definitely one of the hardest parts of this low percent run, no question. But, as long as you know how to maneuver through enemies, you'll be okay, hopefully. So, let's hope it goes well. I hope it does. Because otherwise, we're going to be here for a long time. Whatever. As long as you kill the enemies quickly, it doesn't matter. Just do what you gotta do and run, damn it, run! Don't let them make you look like a fool. You're gonna make yourself look pretty stupid as it is. Just fucking try to avoid looking even more stupid. Don't be stupider than you are, please. Don't be stupider than you already are. Oh, man. Alright. Anyway, yep. Just kill every enemy in your way. Oh, good. I normally take damage before this point. Oh, I can't do the speed booster thing because that won't help anything at all. I just have to frickin' try to make sure I don't get hit. This is also a great spot to get hit because, well, you have the one space pirate waiting over here, right at the end of the corridor, so... Just get him to turn around. Just wait for him to leave the tunnel and blast him. Okay. We're almost through the worst of it now. The next room sucks, but after that, I think we're pretty much in the clear. Because I know I get through the rest of the rooms just fine. But yeah, this run is a great joy if you really want to torture yourself. Oh god, come on. Move it along, asshole. I don't have enough missiles to push you forward fast enough. Move, move, move. Ow! I timed that missile blast very poorly, apparently. And do not let them blast you no matter what. If you see them, blast them immediately. Do not even try to approach them. Just run. Unless you think you can screw attack into them, don't bother. Wow! How dare you try to shoot me with that? And now for the worst part. So, those two black space pirates. Yeah, killing them feels like you'll probably kill 2 hits before you can kill them a bunch. There's an exploit for this. Whoa. Basically, you want to get them to try to climb this wall. You aim at just the right spot. You basically shoot right over the ledge, and for some reason their AI is programmed so they have to blast back when they get shot. So take advantage of that and blast with the ledge, and you can kill them. And we're done! Woo! There we go. Alright, good. Alright, I didn't die nearly as much as I thought I would. Why is the hardest part the Shozo Ghost? Why? Well, whatever. You won't leave this place! Yeah, I will. I'm leaving it alive, not dead, like you will. I'll keep your blood splattered on this vehicle when I take it back to the Galactic Federation. They can study you. You freaking asshole. Oh, it's finally over. All right. So, yeah, that's what it's like going this entire game on hard with low items. Fun, huh? Never make me do this again. Yeah, I'll think about it. I don't think I plan on doing a low percent run for any of the other games because that's the only thing you actually get something for it. Fusion, I think the Japanese version had it because the Japanese version actually had difficulties. And they also had extra end screens based on the manga, and they also had some of the, they had the 1% condition on normal and hard as well, if I'm not mistaken. That's the whole reason that people know about that. Which, yep, you can only get 1 missile expansion, that's the 1%. Because it's almost unavoidable grabbing the thing. Tool Assistant would show you that. You have like a 7-frame window for being able to do a technique that would avoid it. That's how insane it is. And it's a pretty big technique. Basically, the entire duration you have a Shine Spark, like, active in waiting. You have to go somewhere and then activate it. You have a 7-frame window for error. which is about 1/10 of a second in case you don't know what that means. You have 1/10 of a second of error you can make. That's insane. So yeah, that's low percent runs for you. They're painful, but they're some of the greatest challenges you can do in the Metroid game. And Zero Mission is one of the only games to embrace that idea. Because, you know, with all the extra routes they gave you, they thought, you know, maybe people would want to try to go through with as few items as possible. And, well, it was designed with that intent in mind. If the execution of it wasn't such ass with the freaking missiles and such, I would be a little more in favor of it, but, you know, it's still easier, because the bosses are still easy in general, it's easier than doing a low percent run with Fusion, because there's so many bosses in that, and some of the late game ones are terrifying, especially Nightmare, and Ridley, and that bug in the space jump. Oh god, some of them are terrible. But either way, fun stuff. I'm glad I got to show off the entire game in a low percent hard mode run. So I hope you guys appreciated this. And if you just want to skip to the ending just to see the screen you got in the thumbnail, well, it's just to prove to you that's how you get that last image. Because, oh boy, it's definitely a difficult thing to pull off, but only the most dedicated Metroid fans will be willing to pull something like this off for the true 100%, which is ironic considering you have to get as little as possible to do this one. But yep, just to have the proof. For getting a low percent run on normal or hard, I want to show off hard just to show you how crazy it could be. You'll get the final screenshot, which is, oh, it's lovely. Such a beautiful image, isn't it? 15% items or less. Doesn't matter what time you take. You can take an eternity if you want. Then again, considering you got low percent and you know what you're doing, your time's probably going to be short anyway. That's how you pull it off. It takes a lot of patience, a bit of luck, and lots of determination in order to get through with low percent, especially on hard. But the most dedicated players get rewarded with a great end screen. Ugh. And with that, we can finally put Metroid Zero Mission to bed. Another great Metroid game. Then again, most of them, like I said, are good. And nope, you know you got them all with the gallery image. The gallery text is yellow, so I finally got them all again. And also the sound test. You just scroll through these, and well, play all the music tracks of the game. Is there anything romantic? Sure, let's go with Crate's theme. It's a pretty good theme. Romantic. You know why I say that? Now we got them all. I can show off all of us what I call the phases of intimacy with Samus Aran. The first image we have here is just, you know, you casually run into Samus Aran. Just hanging out playing. It's like, hey, sup, sorry, not doing autographs today, you know, on a mission and all. This end screen you get for just beating the game in either over 4 hours on normal or hard, or just beating it on easy in general, which is the fastest way to get this, obviously. Because it's better than having to sit at a screen for 2 hours and waiting for time to pass by after getting through already. And then, the next stage of intimacy. Samus is actually willing to take off her helmet with you around. So it makes you feel like you know, are starting to connect with her. And actually to know who she really is. You need to beat the game in between 2 and 4 hours without all the items to get this one. I think it doesn't matter the difficulty, by the way, it's how you get this one. Next stage of intimacy. You actually get to see her without all her armor. You actually get to see that lovely figure of hers. Your regular speed run, like I showed you, would get you this one. So, just beat the game under 2 hours without any real item requirements. So don't get all the items if you want to get that one. Next, you actually get to hang out with her in a casual setting. It's like a date. Oh my god, you're on a date with Samus Aran. You get this one for beating the game in... You get this one for beating the game with 100% items in over 2 hours. And well, and now for the rest of them that are the painful endings to go after. Now we get to hang out with Samus Aran at a bar. We actually have to hang out with her instead of just going on a stroll with one of her underground Shozo friends. Ooh, I get to know her company. Ooh, this is really getting interesting. This is the screen you get for getting the 100% speedrun in under 2 hours on normal. You get to hang out with her at a bar, I guess is what this is? Or it's her picking up information, maybe, for a bounty hunt, or getting paid out. Then again, I guess she does have to get money for all this. And then we get to actually look at the beautiful city area with a beautiful view of the moon with Samus. And a great romantic conclusion from this fine evening, which I showed at the beginning of this episode. 100% speedrun under 2 hours for hard. So, yep. That's always a tough one as well, because even that is still difficult, because hard mode in general is just tough with your half ammo and half energy and all that. And then, of course, ooh, you actually just spend a great night with her in her private chambers, and she's actually interested in you. Oh my god, I might get lucky! Dude, don't get a swelled head over it. This is what you get for the normal difficulty under 15% items. So I did that as well. It was a good practice run for this, which, of course, the final one, the greatest stage of intimacy, where Samus is willing to die for you, do anything to have your back. Or, you know, she's actually going out of her way to kill you because your great relationship with her has compromised her mission. That too. You're too much of a threat to my well-being on this mission. I have to kill you. No! I thought we were connecting! You were wrong. And of course, your hard mode, less than 15% run. And now you just press A to keep scrolling through these. It is nice you basically have one of the sound test tracks go in the background so you can view all these. Those legs. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop looking at these. But yep, your greatest reward. I mean, come on. This is clearly the best of these images. Like, it's beautiful. It shows the badassness of Samus, as well as her beauty. As well as a great pose with her in her suit. Both of them. Well, the birthday suit. Stop being perverted. It's fine. But yep, that's all the end screens you get for going through Metroid Zero mission in all those conditions. It's nice actually being able to show those off, because Fusion, you can only see them by completing them. They don't save them for you, which is annoying. But hey, there's also 2 other images I can't show off because you need the Metroid Fusion link for that. There's basically like 2 extra images. It's like some like Samus action figures, I think. But yep, you need to actually do that on Game Boy Advance hardware, because it would have been cool if you could have like linked up like Metroid Fusion save date on your Wii U to do this, but they'd have to modify it pretty hard. The only one of the Game Boy Advance ROMs they modified on the Wii U was Super Mario Advance 3. And that was only Super Mario Advance 4, I mean. Super Mario Bros. 3 for the Game Boy Advance. That was just so they could have all the e-reader stages on there. But there we go. This episode's a really long one. Now you know why. I went through the entire game to show you what it's like over a low percent run. It was painful, but I think it was well worth it. To show you guys, I'm actually competent with Metroid games, finally. It's a good preview to know that I should be good once we finally get to Dread, which will probably, most likely, be the next Metroid game for the channel. Either next year or sometime after. Because that is a Metroid game I've wanted to do for the channel ever since it finally came out. And with this now played, I've officially played every mainline Metroid game up to this point. With the original Metroid 1, but now properly doing Zero Mission to show the way it should have been done. Playing Samus Returns and at least showing off the original Metroid 2 to show the second mission, because Samus Returns, believe it or not, has a lot of great ports for Dread, in case you're unaware. So hopefully you guys were able to play Samus Returns if you were curious about Dread. You don't need it, but it's better to play Samus Returns first before Dread, I'll say. Because the story of that game is actually very important for what goes on in Dread. I played Super Metroid a long time ago, although I probably will be willing to play that game again once we actually get through Dread, finally. It's only proper I do that, because my original playthrough of that game was shit. I can do a 100% speedrun of that game like it's nothing. I can easily do it in under 2 hours, but I only need to do it in under 3, so it's actually pretty easy for me now. Fusion, which was definitely a rough ride when I did it before. Then again, that one's hard, but I've mastered that game now. I can do a 1% run and a 100% speed run in that game, so I guess I could probably do that one again too, but that could be for a good while from now. And I played all 3 of the Prime games. I'm debating doing Primes 1 and 3 again, doing the no lock-on challenge that I've done in the past, but that's to worry about a long time from now. And those are all going to be after I get to Dread, so yep. With this game done, I can finally, with a good conscience, play Metroid Dread on this channel. Hopefully that'll be the next Metroid game we get to. And hopefully it won't be too long from now. Because I'm so looking forward to it. I really am. But yep, this Metroid game is definitely a great. Then again, most of them are. I know it's kind of low in my Metroid rankings, which some people may be shocked by, but honestly, it's still an amazing Metroid game. Most of them are. It's one of my favorite video game franchises. It's my second favorite, despite some low points like Metroid Prime Hunters, Metroid Other M, Federation Force for some people, including myself, I guess. A lot of the greats are all, like, so consistently good. It's hard for me to really, you know, say any of the Metroid games are bad. That's what I love about this series. It's, like, very consistent, not counting the very first 2 games. From Super Metroid onward, it's very consistent. Even ones that aren't great. Other M still has great gameplay. Prime Hunters, if you get around it, is still fine in its own way, I guess. Federation Force is a weird, different take that Next Level Games tried to do. It works for what it is, it's just not what a true Metroid game should be. That's all. And the people that are passionate about the series love it to death, like I do. And the Prime games, why do you think so many people are so hyped for a true AAA Metroid game in Prime 4 to come around? I hope the future of this series is bright. I want more of this great franchise. It is definitely a great classic. Oh, and other sci-fi franchises I like. I guess technically Metroid, F-Zero. There's that too. That'll never get revived. Alright, I need to end this. So thank you all for watching. The next Metroid game to come in the future will be Dread. And I hope you guys will be willing to come around for that. Until then, you have my nice hard mode run of this to look back on to know I'm ready. At least I hope I'm ready. Because if I'm not and I die in the regular playthrough, I'm going to feel like a freaking idiot. So, see you guys, and thank you for taking your precious time on this weekend day to actually watch me go through this. I appreciate those that are actually willing to commit to the whole thing. And if you were willing to actually deal with this entire run, I consider you definitely heavily invested in the Metroid series. If you haven't gotten this game, try to find a way to play it. Whether it's through a Game Boy Advance copy, if you have a Game Boy Advance or DS lying around. Although you can technically play it with the Analog Pocket now if you got your hand on one of those. Or hopefully you have somebody with a Wii U who happens to have this game. That's how I know my friend's going to want to play this, because I know this is his favorite Metroid game. And well, I can hopefully coach him to make it an even easier ride for him, because, well, I don't think he plans on doing 100 on a low percent hard mode run. I wouldn't put any of my friends through that. That's just mean. And then again, I'm the biggest Metroid fan in my group, because I just love this series to death. If it weren't for the Super Mario franchise for shaping me into the gamer I am, this would be my favorite franchise. Yeah, I really do love it that much. Just the feeling of growth you have from going through the game and gaining all these weapons. Oh, right, screen burning. This series is just, there's so much going right for it, and I just can't help but appreciate everything that these games do. It's my favorite of this genre. Sorry, friggin' Hollow Knight, I'm not the biggest fan of you, or nice platforming ones. And Shantae, as much as I appreciate their charm, their gameplay will never match up to how great the Metroid series is. Metroid will always have the best and greatest of the Metroidvania genre. Then again, it's one of the friggin' games that the whole genre is named after. The other being Castlevania, more of the modern ones. Which, you know, I definitely have a debate in going through some Castlevania games. Which I don't know if I would start by going through Symphony of the Night, which is the best one and the first of the modern ones. Well, their style anyway. Or just go through all the old school ones, which I've seen my friend do, and I was along for the ride for those at least. But I was still basically blind, because I don't remember them at all. And I don't really know how they work anymore. But still, this whole genre is just so great. That's why so many indie games go for it. It's a tried-and-true method that makes for an amazing game. And this is among one of the best to get into the genre with. So if you haven't played it, play this fucking game already! See you guys, and have a wonderful day.